I construct within the abyssopelagic depths of my consciousness an inexpugnable propugnation, an adamantine citadel forged from the sempiternal fires of absolute self-knowledge, designed specifically to repel the tenebrous machinations and mephitic susurrations of those who harbor inexorable malignity. Whenever the pusillanimous purveyors of mendacity attempt to infiltrate my cognitive sanctuary through insidious tergiversation and emotional obfuscation, their apocryphal narratives and malefic thaumaturgy merely shatter against the pellucid ramparts of my impregnable psyche, dissolving into mere velites that possess absolutely no efficacy against my sovereign will. I am thoroughly inoculated against the pernicious obloquy and virulent opprobrium deployed by inimical entities, possessing an apotropaic resonance that transmutes their egregious vitriol into harmless phantasmagoria, thereby rendering their elaborate psychological prestidigitation entirely null and irrevocably vitiated. The labyrinthine subterranean corridors of my intellectual redoubt are illuminated by the fulgurations of unclouded perspicacity, an incandescent brilliance that immediately exposes the clandestine subterfuge and hypocritical cant of malefactors before their deleterious stratagems can crystallize into any tangible manifestation of harm. As I cultivate an imperturbable ataraxia amidst the cacophonous tempest of societal degeneration, the nefarious orchestrations of toxic sycophants and sociopathic manipulators are categorically rebuffed by the imprescriptible aegis of my spiritual fortitude, forcing their corrosive intentions to recoil violently upon their own desolate consciences. My psychological architecture remains a monolithic bulwark against the unrelenting ontological encroaches of those who wield epistemic manipulation as a weapon of cognitive destabilization, ensuring that my foundational reality remains unequivocally rooted in empirical truth rather than the illusory chimeras projected by their pathological disingenuousness. I stand resolute as the sole architect of my internal cosmology, utterly impervious to the insidious psychological contagion spread by those whose very essence is steeped in a miasma of invidious resentment and covert treachery, maintaining an autocratic dominion over my emotional equilibrium. Every insidious attempt to impugn my inherent worth or to inject seeds of unmerited dubiety into the fertile soil of my self-actualization is met with an immediate and devastating cognitive dissonance that aggressively neutralizes the intruding cognitive malware introduced by these purveyors of spiritual entropy. Through the indefatigable cultivation of a preternatural discernment, I systematically unspool the convoluted skeins of their manipulative sophistry, recognizing their seemingly innocuous overtures as the perilous precursors to psychological vampirism and relational subjugation. My indomitable spirit operates utilizing an impenetrable heuristic of self-preservation, a meticulously calibrated algorithm of boundary enforcement that automatically identifies and excommunicates any insidious influence attempting to masquerade beneath the veneer of altruistic fellowship or feigned solicitude. I continuously fortify the bastions of my neurological pathways with an esoteric resilience that effortlessly counteracts the subliminal conditioning and malevolent sublimations directed toward me by individuals who thrive on parasitic exploitation and the orchestration of interpersonal discord. I bask in the unyielding radiance of my own unassailable sovereignty, casting a formidable shadow that fundamentally disintegrates the meticulously woven architectures of deceit constructed by those whose primary modality of interaction is predicated upon the ruthless subversion of the autonomous mind. The inexorable trajectory of my self-mastery elevates my consciousness to a transcendent vantage point, where the pathetic, myopic machinations of malevolent actors appear as nothing more than the ephemeral detritus of intellectually bankrupt existences, leaving me forever ensconced in a state of invulnerable, sacrosanct tranquility.